Alongside my pal Andy Klassen, I'm Pat Jansen, and we move into Class D2 tonight as we've got Cross County taking on Elm Creek, and these are two very unique teams that will send out a lot of guards, Andy.
Very guard heavy. Like to play 4 out, 5 out at times. We're going to see a lot of ball movement. Both teams like to play an up-paced type of a game. Going to be a lot of shooting from the perimeter as well.
Let's take a look at our players to watch, starting with Cross County. And Eden Peterson is the straw who stirs the drink for the Cougars.
When I talk about sharpshooters in this game, she's at the very top of the list. What gets lost is how good she is at sharing the basketball. Excellent facilitator, not only a scorer.
Meanwhile, on the other end for Elm Creek, Kendall Cavaney can do a lot of things.
She really can. Everything I said about Eden, same thing for Cavaney. She is so good from beyond the arc, finding her shot, getting her shot, but also getting her teammates involved.
We're going to take a break. Be back with more state tournament basketball after this on News Channel Nebraska.
My family's been farming since the early 1900s, and it's still where we like to call home. I get to go out to the field. I get to see farmers. When they have someone that actually experienced it, they're more willing to open up and talk to you a lot more. They just kind of become a part of you.
It's the Declaration of Deal sales event. Head to William Crowder Company in O'Neill, your trusted Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership with the selection you want and the service you deserve. From powerful new Ram trucks to adventurous Jeeps and family-ready SUVs. William Crowder Company is also your local marine center, featuring Lund boats built for fishing, fun, and making memories on the water, with several options for the serious fisherman or woman. William Crowder Company in O'Neill. Drive it, tow it, boat it, and love it.
Welcome back to the Girls State Basketball Championship on News Channel Nebraska. Every team finds a theme for the season, a way to motivate them, a way to get them better every day. For Elm Creek, it's been 3 letters, MTQ. What's that stand for? Make them quit. Pretty hard, right? Now, they don't want the team to actually, give up on the sport of basketball or anything, but over the course of a game, that's how they stress discipline. Make the other team quit their sets. Make them quit going to a press. Make them quit doing what they want to do. The issue, Cross County is a team that thrives very well in that environment. Coach Beauchart telling me that one of the best things about them is their ability to think on the fly, to not have to rely on sets, and to be able to quit what they're doing and do something else. Should make for a fascinating matchup. 2 guys that I just can't quit. Pat Jansen and Andy Klassen have starting lineups and all the action coming your way next. You're watching the Girls High School State Basketball Championship on News Channel Nebraska.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
The pregame show is sponsored by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes, the wedding band, so we'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Wayne State College, devoted to student success for more than 100 years. And by Crowder Auto, William Crowder Company and Crowder Home Center in O'Neill, Nebraska.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond does it all when it comes to general contracting. From agricultural storage buildings to commercial office buildings, retail warehouses to concrete contracting. The AGI Sentinel buildings help safeguard crops and valuable assets, and Ashoff's professional builders handle the job from the design through the completion of the build. For a free estimate, contact Dylan Bryce, Scott Pullman, or Brandon Ruge. Call 402-748-3551 today. Visit AshoffConstruction.com for more information.
State tournament basketball here in Lincoln. We're in the evening session. This is the 11th game now in the last 2 days here on News Channel Nebraska. We're in Class D1. A trip to the semifinal is on the line alongside Andy Klassen. I'm Pat Jansen. We've got a lot to look at tonight. Let's take a look at our school spotlight here on News Channel Nebraska. Cross County, the Cougars, now 5 playoff appearances in the state tournament, 4 of those in a row. Still looking for that first championship, though.
Yeah, so they've had a lot of success as of late. Their last appearance last year, looking to get over that hump here in 2026.
They did, as Stromsburg, make 3 trips of their own back in the day. Benedict made 4. Meanwhile, let's take a look at Elm Creek. 9 playoff appearances. They've been here in the state tournament rather recently as well. They've made some noise. The Buffaloes looking to get over the hump as well, Andy.
Yeah, and it's one of those deals where we're seeing success really across the board for the old Buffaloes. The boys team, girls teams enjoying a lot of success, but looking to take that next step down here at the tournament in Lincoln in 2026.
Meanwhile, we're getting a chance to meet some of the players that we will see on the floor tonight. We've mentioned a few of them. Some big names doing some big things, and some very versatile players on these rosters, Andy.
Yeah, and we're taking a look at the starting 5 here for Cross County, the Cougars. A deal where, they might not have the greatest length, so they play a lot of positionless basketball. 5 in, 5 out, a lot of movement. You're going to see that ball swung around the perimeter throughout for these Lady Cougars.
Eden Peterson, the 6th most three-pointers in D1. She and her sister, Olive Peterson, will be flanked by Ella Clark, Adrian Waller, and Kelsey Brem. Meanwhile, let's check out what the Buffaloes have to offer. They've got Ashlyn Hellriggle and Ava Hellriggle. Obviously, both rosters have sisters. You mentioned the name Kendall Cavaney. She can do it all. Tegan McDaniel and Chelsea Kotick for the Buffaloes round out the starting lineups.
Yeah, when you talk about Cavaney, it's easy to get lost in some of those gaudy stats. Any night she can put up 20, 25 points per game, but it's her ability to get her teammates involved and really get into that flow of the offense. They like to play at an extremely high pace. They're going to want to really push that tempo to start things off here tonight.
Coaches for both teams, Jaden Arisman for the Buffaloes. Meanwhile, the Cougars are helmed by Mitch Bosshart. And his activities director, Jimmy Blex, who made the championship game last year as the Cross County boys coach, made sure that I knew it's Bosshart. Jimmy taking care of his girls basketball coach.
What a phenomenal name. A lot of times when I hear like a Lance Jeter, I'm like, well, that's a baseball name, but then Bosshart, that just sounds like a coach. Like, okay, your name is Bosshart, you got to get into the coaching profession.
Or you're going to win some battles for Scotland, maybe? I don't know.
Be a coach in Scotland.
We are clearly ready for basketball, everybody. We're going to tip things off here in Lincoln at the Devaney Center.
It'll be really interesting at the tip-off here, Pat, because both teams like to get out and run. Who's going to dictate the pace to which side, knowing that both teams kind of mirror one another as far as being guard-heavy and liking to play in that up-tempo style.
The third of 4 semifinal spots on the line. Cross County controls the tip.
Right away, Elm Creek gets in that man-to-man defense that they're known for.
And it is an intense one to start out, too. We've got state tournament energy, Andy Klassen.
We really do, and the Cougars doing a nice job working that ball around the perimeter.
Into the paint, nearly knocked out of bounds. Now driving, the running layup, no good by Clark. Rebound hauled in by Kotick.
Kotick did a fantastic job with the denial of that first entry pass, then chasing down that loose ball for a rebound.
Entry pass. Nice job of collecting it by McDaniel. But it's taken away by the Cougars.
Kotick got that offensive rebound. Looked like she had a gimme just off the mark, a little high off the glass.
Ooh, big contact there on the baseline. Thankfully, everybody up and moving in back. Two Cougars end up tripping over each other afterward.
Yeah, incidental contact there. Ouch. I don't mind the no call, though.
No, I think that was the right call.
Yep. Oh, silky smooth with the handles.
Shot in the corner, no good by Hellriegel. Ava Hellriegel, to be precise. We're going to have to be very specific with a lot of names tonight.
Oh, we've had sisters throughout this tournament, it seems like. We just got treated to the Dollingers.
They're moving to the semifinals after defeating Holdridge.
And the Stuntsmans.
Into the paint. Running shot off the rim, no good. As Waller couldn't get it to go.
Love that drop step there from Waller. Just the shot got altered just enough where she was a little heavy.
Ava Hellriegel now into the corner. It goes for a three-pointer for McDaniel. Too strong. That's rebounded by Peterson.
You know, more of these games than not, we've seen teams really have to kind of hone in their range early on.
Offensive board. No chance for the putback, though, but fed out to Olive Peterson for the jumper for two, our first two of the game.
Peterson just moves it in about 15, 20 feet. That's more in my range right there.
Buffaloes want to answer. My range is non-existent, Andy, and a travel called on McDaniel. It'll send it back to the Cougars.
And you'll see that sometimes with Elm Creek. You know, it's on purpose. They're just trying to force the issue, push the tempo. But sometimes they hurry themselves up like you saw right there.
32. Cougars with the ball and the lead. Again, they sent their boys team to the state championship game last year, trying to get the girls there this year.
Yep.
Into the paint, Waller, and she is tied up with three defenders right there on her. It's going to go back to Elm Creek.
Yeah, Elm Creek's really trying to clog up that lane, saying if you're going to beat us, it's got to come from that outside shot. We want to establish ourselves defensively down low.
It's a replay brought to you by the Lincoln Airport Authority. Buffaloes trying to pick up their first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, they've been trying to get baseline. It's just not there. Cougars doing a nice job moving their feet, taking that away.
Still on the perimeter are the Buffaloes. Really no penetration here with 5 on the shot clock. Long three-pointer. No good from Cavaney. And the rebound hauled in by the Cougars. Now they want to run. It'll go off the leg of a Buffalo.
He's going to go off of Cavaney after that little collision. Yep, off her knee. Good shot there. Good instant replay on Lincoln Airport. Instant replay.
Olive Peterson was racing down the floor. Her sister throws up a shot, leaves it short. Here come the Buffaloes once again. Just in front of the cross-county student section.
A little bit of a blackout over there.
Yeah.
Intimidating force.
Into the paint, drop, step, shot, no good from Kotick. Cougars haul it away. Nearly throw it away.
That was about the best look, though, that the Buffaloes have been able to generate offensively.
Out of bounds, as just going a little bit out of control there was Eden Peterson. Sends it back to Elm Creek as we look again on the Lincoln Airport Authority instant replay.
Cavaney did get her hands in there.
She is, shall we say, active.
Yeah, always takes the tough assignment defensively, and she's wants it. She's asking for it.
Steiner now in the game for the Buffaloes. Now to McDaniel. Top of the key, Hellriegel. Right side, Kotick. Kicks it out. Steiner, three-pointer, falling down. Can't get it to go. It was halfway down. Clark gets the rebound.
Got the look thereafter. Nice inside-out flow.
Driving in, shot blocked by McDaniel. And here comes Steiner.
What we thought might be an offensive shootout has really turned into a defensive struggle early on here.
They're both just so active on every end as that one goes off of Kotick. She disagrees, but it'll go to the Cougars.
And it was the right idea, you know, get with your dominant hand, work the right side of the hoop.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick one as well. Back after this on News Channel Nebraska.
Ann has been a long-time UBT customer. One day, she was being scammed. We secured her funds and got her set up with new accounts. I just think, if my grandma was in that situation, what would I want someone to do for her?
I hope he doesn't mind that I give him a hug, too.
A defensive battle here in the first quarter, Class D1 quarterfinals, Elm Creek and Cross County. Our first quarter brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic. At Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk, we're building a legacy one patient at a time, one generation at a time. From family practice to expert specialists, we're here for you today and every day. Andy, what have you seen so far in these first few minutes?
You know, if I'm Elm Creek, I feel pretty good about where I'm at. You know, we've had some offensive struggles, but I look up at the scoreboard and I'm only down 2-0. And that's because of their defensive efforts. Able to limit Cross County to one shot. Nice job clearing out, securing those rebounds, not giving the Lady Cougars that second shot opportunity.
We see the jump ball forced here by McDaniel. It will stick with the Cougars, though. Some trouble here for Peterson.
Yeah, look at Elm Creek, their ability to extend that man-to-man defense far out away from the rim.
Olive Peterson can't get it to go, but cleaning up is Waller. She's fouled and going to line for two.
Waller did a really nice job walling off her defender, securing her path to that, well, it looked like a shot turned into a pass.
Chance for the Cougars to extend their lead. Waller, the 5'10 senior, hits the first of two. She is a 75% free throw shooter.
Yeah, so that's a good place for her to be if you are a Cross County fan. Get number 1-3 at the line. That is the first foul tonight's game, officiated by Seth Adam, Brock Ayler, and Taylor Winkler. And they round out our three-man crew.
I know you appreciate the officials, Andy Klassen, as that one's stolen away by Peterson.
You better believe it. I mean, that is such a difficult job, especially basketball where you're always moving. So many things are happening. You got two teams like this that really like to push the tempo, puts even more pressure on you.
Speaking of pressure, Cavity with another steal. Looking to break it. What a pass!
Yeah.
Finding Hellriggle to knock it home. Ashlyn Hellriggle cleans it up.
Absolute laser beam across the lane, finding an open Buffalo on the other side.
4-2 ball game. Pass inside for Waller. Draws the contact once again. What a gift if you are Coach Bosshart to have a post player just setting up down there, able to draw contact and able to shoot 75% from the line.
Exactly. Just a nice, like, security blanket, if you will. Yeah, and look at how true that is. I mean, that was nothing but bottom of the net. And what a nice entry pass. Waller, as she began to make her break, made eye contact with the wing, and that pass was right on time, right on the money.
After hitting the first, Waller at the line for the second. 4 for 4. That'll get you on the score sheet.
Yeah, that's usually the case with all these prolific scorers. You know, it's not just, you know, at the rim. It's not just from three-point land. It's from the foul line, too.
Coach Bosshart was animated after forcing that turnover there by Elm Creek. Bit of a lapse in concentration by the Buffaloes there. Cougars break the press. And a foul on the floor as Ella Clark was trying to get to the basket. That foul going to go against Ashlyn Hellrigel.
Well, speaking with head coach Mitch Bosshart throughout the week, the thing he kept going back to is how resilient this bunch of girls is and how they just persevere, because if they have a trouble, offense kind of turns off on them, they lean on that defense, causing turnovers, keeping themselves in game, just hanging around, and that's how they're able to generate this 20-win season.
And we saw just prior to that, Elm Creek head coach Jaden Arisman, and her team forces a turnover right in front of her bench.
Two defenses really going toe-to-toe here early on in this first opening period.
Well, when you're nervous, sometimes shooting's difficult, but defense, you can utilize that energy.
Exactly. Defense travels, too.
Into the corner, three-pointer, good by Ashlyn Hellrigel. Suddenly we have ourselves a one-point ball game, Andy.
So she was off the mark on the little bunny shot. Just back it out another 30 feet, right?
And another turnover forced by Elm Creek, and you can feel the pressure being cranked up here.
Yeah, you can definitely feel the shift in momentum favoring the Elm Creek Buffaloes after a couple of turnovers and that made three-pointer.
Buffalo struggled to get it in. They just do. Thought about a three-pointer, but instead driving in was Cavaney. It goes out of bounds off the Cougars. It'll stick with the Buffaloes.
Such a great first step, quick first step. That time you saw that unselfish nature. I think I would like to have just seen her go with the runner, try and finish off the play herself at the rim.
Knocked and stolen away by the Cougars.
What a save from Ella Clark, saving it from going out of bounds.
Olive Peterson in traffic, can't get it to go. Rebound hauled in by Cassidy Kenning. And all the way to the basket, no good for Cavaney. And it's going to go out of bounds, or rather a foul on Elm Creek. I thought Cavaney she got all the way to the cup but couldn't quite finish it.
Like a lid on that thing. Beautiful drive, just a little heavy with the left hand. There's Coach Mitch Bosshart.
Intense, if you will.
You know what those good basketball coaches are.
Stolen away by Ashlyn Hellrigel, and it's blocked by Ella Clark.
Boy, she timed that one up beautifully in that recovery defense. So offense for defense substitution, bringing one of their better scoring options in Cavaney back into the game.
Elm Creek looking for their first field goal in the last 5.5 minutes of game time. As this goes into Hellrigel. Poked away, back out to the top of the key for a three-pointer. No good from Ashlyn Hellrigel. Rebound pulled in by Waller. 4 seconds left. And no chance at a shot here for Cross County. Just too much pressure from Elm Creek. It's 6-5 after the first quarter. We've got state tournament hoops, and it is intense. We'll take a break. Back after this on News Channel Nebraska.
The air inside your home can be 2 to 5 times more polluted than outside air. John Henry's priority is keeping your home safe and healthy for you and your family. Cleaning your home's air duct system is an important part of that goal. Our service professionals will clean your air ducts using top-of-the-line equipment that pulls air in reverse through the duct system, while using compressed air and agitation tools to remove unwanted particles. Once the air is discharged, it runs through 3 stages of filtration, leaving your air duct system restored and functioning cleaner than ever. Contact John Henry's today and schedule your steps to a healthier home.
It's not just about the shoe. It's about your fit.
What sets Fleet Feet aside from everything else that we've experienced is my girls being runners. They have very different needs. And so their technology with the scanning and the personal touches is just unmatched. I met Lori almost 16 years ago, and when I saw Lori open this, I knew there was no other place that I wanted to go to have someone help me with my footwear and everything else involved with running. Fleet Feet doesn't just fit your shoes, they fit your life.
Fleet Feet Lincoln. Find your fit today.
One-point ball game here in Lincoln. And nearly another turnover forced to start this second quarter. That's been the story of the game so far, is defense.
Yeah, Elm Creek really trying to force the ball inside, but sometimes it's just not there.
Ashlyn Hellriegel off the mark with the three-pointer, but rebound pulled in by McDaniel. Now to the top it goes for Cavity. Right side, Hellriegel. Ava Hellriegel off the mark. Rebound pulled in by Waller.
She did a great job boxing out, did Waller.
Into the paint it goes Waller. They're trying to deny her. Out for a three-pointer. Knocked down by Brem. Extends the cross-county lead.
The 5'6" junior, that's what the Cougars need right now, that secondary scoring option.
And foul. Is this going to be on the shot or on the floor? They are going to go ahead and call that on the shot, finishing, and the chance for the and one for Cavity.
And that's what we're talking about in the opening. Cavity is one of those special type of players that off the bounce, off the dribble, she can find her own shot. Boy, an and one is exactly what the Buffaloes were looking for.
Officials telling Coach Bosshart that the player was still moving, still sliding as the free throw misses.
Really like that little exchange between coaches and officials there. You know, no elevated yelling or anything like that, or snarky comments.
Both just trying to do the job.
Yep.
Olive Peterson picks up her dribble. Quintana pressuring her, and Coach Bosshart for Cross County wants a timeout. We'll keep it here during the break. And, you know, it does not seem, Andy, like the defensive intensity is going to be dialed back at any point here.
No, and that's really what these two teams getting in the scouting report, what they hang their hat on is their defensive tenacity, and especially Cross County, where sometimes they'll go stretches where their offense just isn't there, shots aren't falling, but as Coach Bosshart just kept bringing up, this is a resilient bunch of players. This is one of his favorite teams he's ever coached, and it's just because they keep coming at you. They don't give up even if things aren't going their way, and much can be said the same for the Elm Creek Buffaloes.
This second quarter, Andy, brought to you by John Henry's. Our family serving yours. You know, we talk about this defense. It kind of makes sense. Ella Clark's dad, Joe Clark, has spent a bunch of years as a hockey goalie coach.
Oh, wow.
Including for Connor Hellebuck. You might know that name.
Okay.
Goalkeeper for the U.S. men's hockey team.
Yeah. That's like the name of the nation right now, right?
So that's someone who knows defense right there, as
so.
Obviously both of these teams do, with the shot clock violation against Cross County.
Yeah, what do you have, like 550 saves or something in that championship game against Canada?
And the most famous picture in all of hockey, or all of sports right now, too. Drive-in shot no good by McDaniel, but the offensive glass controlled by the Buffaloes, and a kick ball.
Yeah, good close out there from Ella Clark with that kick ball, getting in the passing lane. Boy, they've really shut off the spigot. Elm Creek wanting to get inside. It just hasn't been there for the most part because Cross County's just making it so difficult, playing with anticipation, clogging up those passing lanes.
Pass immediately batted away on the inbounds, but controlled by the Buffaloes. And able to get it in there is Kotick. And we've got ourselves a tie ball game, Andy Klassen.
Yes, we do. Reset.
Drive into the paint, shot off the glass, no good by Eden Peterson.
Kotick clears it. She's been so good down on the block.
Three-pointer, too strong from Cavity. Cougars control. Cavity pokes it away, but she's going to get called for the foul.
Very aggressive with their man-to-man defense. Once again, really extending it out well beyond the three-point line. I mean, you got to be a special type of a talent. You got quickness like that, but also some confidence, right?
Yeah.
in your abilities.
You know, honestly, yeah, for someone who's going after those kinds of steals, you got to have that same sort of belief that you're going to do it with precision as a shooter, really.
Yes.
Waller's going to fire up the three. That's too strong. Cavani comes down with the board. It's like both players switch spots on the floor. And a travel going to go against the Buffaloes as McDaniel tried to catch it on the run, just could not quite slow down enough.
Right, and well, it was open. There was a path to the hoop for it, but good closeout by Waller, causing that hesitation, the ultimate shuffle of the feet for the travel.
Post player with tape on her knee, but she moves well.
Whoops.
As it poked away, they are going to get an over and back violation against the Cougars, however, as we look at Coach Jaden Arisman for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, and she got exactly what she wanted. The ball found its way into that coffin corner. Then you see the double team administered, turnover to follow.
Buffalo's trying to take their first lead. They won't, though, as they throw it away. Again, just tenacious defense on either end.
Yeah, and the spacing's just off here. You got, multiple players kind of gobbling up the same spot on the court, making life a little easier for the Cougars defense.
16 combined turnovers, 9 by the Cougars, 7 by the Buffaloes. Three-pointer on the way, wide of the mark by Eden Peterson. And now another chance for the Buffaloes to pick up their first lead.
Like Cavani was going to maybe pull the trigger on a step back.
I thought so too.
She's looking for her shot.
Drives in, passes, but batted away. Stolen away by Eden Peterson. Now in it goes for Waller, but denied. And stolen away by the Buffaloes.
Right idea. Both teams trying to get in that lane.
Three-pointer good by Cavani. We said she was looking for her shot. That just came out of the blue, though. Just ice in her veins. The timeout on the floor. We're going to take one with her as we watch Cavani drain it. You're watching Hoops on News Channel Nebraska.
Non-stop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team wherever you want 24/7. More stories. Unstoppable. More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Nebraska Public Power District was ready to power the state's ag industry growth in the 70s and the ethanol industry in the 2000s. Today, the need for energy is growing at a rapid pace. We are ready. We are expanding our diverse energy generation mix and building on to an already reliable and resilient infrastructure, not only to power today, but to empower Nebraska's tomorrow. Nebraska Public Power District.
Hey, welcome back to Lincoln State Championship Basketball quarterfinal round. And Elm Creek has found their first lead of the game off the three-pointer by Cavani. And now Cross County has got to bust this momentum by the Buffaloes.
And the dead ball coming in and out of break, that allows Elm Creek to get in their patented full court pressure, usually a man-to-man look. A lot of on-ball pressure brought on by multiple players. They're looking to spring that double team as soon as they can.
Really, Jaden Arisman is just as consistent with one in, one out, and everybody's getting a little bit of freshness. It's been impressive, the rotations by the Buffaloes.
Yeah.
They nearly forced another turnover.
When Airsman says, I want to see it 100 miles an hour, she means it.
Yeah. She's getting it.
And it always helps when you have a special type of a talent that can just pull up for a 40-foot three-point shot and knock it down and give you the lead in Cavani.
You know, Quintana off the bench has been very aggressive defensively as well, as we saw her at the top of the key just a second ago. And it goes to Waller, and I believe we're going to get a foul here. And she got a little bit underneath the basket, maybe a little bit bailed out there by that foul.
Yeah, and I think there's some obvious contact.
Oh,
there.
absolutely.
The double team comes.
The foul was there, but whether or not it was necessary.
Right, yes. You mentioned Quintana a moment ago and her tenacious nature defensively. I just think that's kind of a must-have if you want to enter the game for Elm Creek.
Waller hit the first free throw. She is making a killing there so far tonight. 5 of 5. Apologies in advance. No, never mind. She made it both.
That's what I was thinking. No announcer's jinx on that one. Waller's just playing above it.
I'll get her eventually. Stolen away. And ahead come the Cougars with Eden Peterson. She's going to slow it up a little bit. To the right side for a three-pointer. It's off the mark by Olive Peterson. And now here comes Cavani. She's got McDaniel to her left. That's where she'll bounce past it. Shot no good. Rebound hauled in by the Cougars with Clark clearing it away. And now a foul against Cavani, who is not really a fan of that call. That's going to be her second.
No, just a little bit of salt in the wound there because they had a nice fast break 2-on-1 opportunity just off the mark with the bunny shot. And maybe a little frustration foul there to follow.
Well, Cavani has found McDaniel a couple times. McDaniel hasn't quite been able to knock the lid off the rim. Cougars down by a point with the ball.
Whoops.
Ball poked away from the Cougars, from Clark, and now the other way. The Euro step, no good on the shot by Kotick. Now out for a three-pointer for McDaniel. That's no good. Rebound hauled in by Olive Peterson.
I tell you what, Cougars got to be pretty happy with those last couple of sequences because those look like good opportunities for Elm Creek to build on their lead, extend their lead, unable to connect.
You know, both teams have had their chances to extend leads at certain points. Coach Bossart calling for a great shot.
What he's saying is work the ball around, be patient.
And indeed they are.
Whoops.
But stolen away from Ella Clark. And now here comes Ashlyn Hellriggle. She finds Quintana at the basket, who lays it in for two. It's a three-point lead for the Buffaloes.
Oh, fantastic spacing, staying on the left side, opening things up on the right side for Quintana.
And the steal by Cavani. She couldn't quite get it up for the shot. Bank three-pointer, no good from Quintana. And now the Cougars dodge another bullet.
Yeah, that's just another flurry from Elm Creek. Something they're kind of known for. They just pounce on you.
Cougars have had no field goals for the last 5:42.
Still only one possession game.
Into the paint and nearly stolen away. Now a scramble for the basketball. Coming up with it are the Cougars. Shot from Olive Peterson, no good. After Eden Peterson had saved it, now it goes out for a three-pointer in the corner by Ashlyn Hellriggle. No good. Rebound hauled in by Waller, but too strong on the pass as she tried to find Eden Peterson. We had a flurry of activity there.
My goodness, back and forth we go. Really neither side able to kind of capitalize on that melee that we just saw.
Don't forget, at halftime, we've got halftime highlights brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Stick around for that. Three-pointer by Cavani is off the mark. And she'll get the air ball chance from the cross-county students.
Eden Peterson was right there with the defense, altering the shot, maybe rushing the shot a bit.
Now in for the Buffaloes is Cassidy Kenning. About a 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Top of the key it goes for Brem. Thought about the shot, dribbles in. Now out to Eden Peterson. Top of the key for Olive Peterson. Eden Peterson with it again. 10 on the shot clock. Now to Olive Peterson on the run. Shot no good. Rebound pulled in by Quintana. Cavity all the way to the cup. Won't get it to go. That'll end the half. It's 14-11 at the break. Elm Creek with the lead. Buckets in demand, but Cavity has the biggest one. That's the difference so far. More after this on News Channel Nebraska.
The Seed House, located in O'Neill, is your Nebraska-owned full-service seed supplier. From corn and soybeans to cover crops, grass seed, and CRP grasses, they have the full lineup to fit your operation. The Seed House also offers agronomy services, seed treatment, soil fertility guidance, and expert crop recommendations tailored to your acres. When it comes to growing success from the ground up, trust local experience. Contact Don and the crew at the Seed House, located in O'Neill, Nebraska, and plant with confidence this season.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Family Physical Therapy and Sports Center, getting you back in the game. Ignite the fire and find peace. And by the Seed House in O'Neill, Nebraska, a seed for every need.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Stop at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. And by The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years.
Big ideas, bold graphics, quality products you're proud to wear. That is Custom Sports. Custom Sports, custom graphics, quality products, and timely service you can count on.
Our halftime show is brought to you by RMV Construction and by Nebraska Farm Bureau. NCN Sports is brought to you by Lincoln Airport Authority. Fly easy, fly local, fly LNK. Bernard Real Estate and Auction Company in Auburn and Nebraska City. And by Larson Motors in Nebraska City. Find your new Chevrolet, GMC, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram today at LarsonMotorGroup.com. From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together. NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. Bank of the Valley, together we go further. And by Scotty's Ranchland Foods, Highway 20 in Valentine, Nebraska.
Yeah, they're ready to get close. closer, maybe?
It's a tight one here in Lincoln. Elm Creek on top of Cross County at the break, 14-11. I'm sure she's just checking out stats from the early part of this game. Maybe she's checking to see if we posted any halftime highlights yet.
Looking for those halftime highlights. Still finding the highlights from the previous games today, so I'm sure she's not disappointed. If she is indeed on the NCN Sports Now app.
Speaking of highlights, what do you say we look at some from the first half here in Lincoln? Buffaloes able to get the layup off an Ashlyn Hellrigel shot from close range, and then Hellrigel firing from distance. She got things going off the bench there for the Buffaloes, but a three-point answer from the Cougars as it was Brem hitting deep. Then Kotick getting to the bucket for the Buffaloes. And then Cavany with the shot of the half from deep, buries it, and that gave the Buffaloes their first lead of the first half. Then Quintana on the run takes the feed from Ashlyn Hellrigel.
Yeah, real nice job getting out in the open court, something that Elm Creek's used to doing. And you saw the spacing there between Hellrigel and Quintana, the senior guard standing at 5'4", but running the court like a gazelle, finishing at the rim.
Let's take a look at some of the stats from the opening half as well. You know, not a lot to look at offensively, but Elm Creek, they were tenacious defensively. They forced 14 turnovers by Cross County. Elm Creek committed 9 of their own, but, you know, once they really turned that pressure up, it made a difference. As we look at the effort there from both of those teams.
Well, I mean, what are you saying, that head coach Jaden Erzman's going to open up a bakery with all these turnovers she's creating? What's going on here?
She has definitely got her team in a solid position right now, but it's going to be quite the second half to try and determine who is headed to the semifinals.
You know what I think really has to happen for Cross County, the Cougars? They need to figure out a way to get Eden Peterson more involved offensively. Credit Tegan McDaniel on the other side for just shutting her down for the most part throughout that first half. Expect way more off-ball screens, movement by number 5 for the Cross County Cougars, one of their greatest scoring threats, to try and get her some looks here in the second half.
Well, we've got more coming your way. We're going to take a break. Be back with more after this. You're watching State Tournament Basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
The future of land is here. Since 2007, National Land Realty has built a nationwide network of experts helping you buy and sell with certainty. We combine deep local knowledge with industry-leading data and innovative tools like Land Tour 360 to ensure every deal is clear, informed, and confident. National Land Realty, turning land into opportunity.
Hi, this is Chance at our Fountain Point location in Norfolk, Nebraska. We strive to utilize the latest research and the newest evidence-based practices to get our athletes back to their sport as quickly as possible. Whether you are a Division I athlete or just want to get back to walking again without pain, we have the best treatments available to you. Family Physical Therapy offers physical, occupational, and speech therapy services across Central and Northeast Nebraska. Begin your recovery with Family Physical Therapy today.
On News Channel Nebraska. Welcome back to State Tournament Basketball on News Channel Nebraska. Never underestimate the power of a good selfie. It's had healing powers for Cross County this year. Coach Mitch Bosshart talked about how he was having trouble living in the moment and having trouble enjoying the times they would actually win games. He would just move on to prepping for the next one. So he took an idea from Coach Will Bolt of Nebraska baseball and has the team snap a selfie after every win in the locker room. Eden Peterson has become the team's de facto photographer. They post all of those images onto their Twitter page and then blow them up and print them and post them in their locker room. So they have a chance to offer some perspective, live in the moment a little bit, and get a chance to enjoy some of the wins that they've had over the years. The good news for Cross County, probably not a whole lot of bare wall left in that locker room with all the winning they've been doing this year. The question now is, do they get to add one more photo to the wall before this year is through? We'll find that out next. Pat, Andy, back to you.
Who's going to get to hang a picture tonight? We'll find out in about 16 minutes of action. But right now we're at halftime, brought to you by RMV Construction. Trusted, local, proven RMV Construction, located in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's take a look at some other things as well, as far as, well, these two teams, how'd they get here, where are they coming from? Some interesting stories as both teams, really, you're looking at this map here from Class D1 Road to State. Looks like maybe a few teams ran into each other on the road, or maybe passed each other on the interstate.
Right.
We see Elm Creek down there in south central Nebraska. Meanwhile, Cross County a little east of that. But it seemes like there's a little bit of a path there in this map.
It kind of speaks to just how good a brand of basketball there is out towards the Tri-City areas there. Elm Creek just outside, just west of Kearney, Amherst just north of Kearney. And then, of course, in Class A, one of the favorites, the Lady Bearcats here as well.
And, of course, we'll have potentially Kearney. Well, actually, we will have them. They've made it to the semifinals. We've got a whole bunch of games coming your way still tomorrow. We've got one more tonight as well, the final Class D1 quarterfinal. Looking forward to that one between Maywood Hayes Center and Howells-Dodge. But if you want to follow, certainly you can watch us, but you can also follow us on social media as well. But as far as what we've got coming up, we've got Class C1, both semifinals tomorrow. We've got Class A, both semifinals tomorrow as well, and both Class B semifinals. So a lot of good basketball coming your way, Andy.
And you know how we were talking about how winning's contagious, not just from sport to sport, volleyball to basketball, but sometimes the boys can bleed over to the girls and vice versa. A couple years ago, when we had Maywood Hayes Center, Lob City, the boys.
Yeah, they were fun.
Those are some of the funnest broadcasts we've been on, and just the energy they brought, and just the wide open style of game, the run and gun, and then, of course, the nickname Lob City, a lot of play above the rim.
Well, let's send it back over to our third player on our team, Eric McKay. What do you got for us, player?
Welcome back to State Tournament Basketball on News Channel Nebraska. Spoke with both coaches. No surprise, both very happy with the defensive effort so far. But for Elm Creek, Coach Harrisman said they're second-guessing themselves too much. She'd like to see them take shots with more confidence, work within the flow of their offense, and get good shots. Similar thing from Coach Bosshart and Cross County. Really like the defensive effort, says they've been huge at the free throw line, just need to see some shots fall. He told me, guys, could be first to 30 wins. We'll see. I'm thinking of doing the rest of the game in selfie mode, by the way. Pat, Andy, what do you think?
As we're about set to start this second half, Andy, you mentioned the success from other teams, but it's also kind of interesting with all of that. There have not been a lot of state championships across the line for either of these schools. Elm Creek, you got to go back to 1991 volleyball, the only time. But interestingly enough, one of the most successful athletes to come out of Elm Creek, you mentioned Kearney, former All-American cross-country and track runner Colby Whistle, who ended up transferring to Kearney because they had a cross-country program, as the layup no good and the rebound pulled in by Elm Creek. But Colby had actually played quarterback as a freshman for Elm Creek before becoming one of the greatest cross-country runners in state history, as Kotick gets to the rack and lays it in for two.
Good to see that aggressive take early on from Chelsea Kotick, if you are a Buffalo fan.
Cougars need an answer. Instead, they get a turnover. 17 on the game. Thrown ahead for Hellrigel. Ashlyn Hellrigel run on the floor and gets rewarded.
What a pass on the spot.
And a 7-point lead for the Buffaloes.
This is where the Cougars got to be careful. They don't want to hurry themselves up on offense.
Three-pointer, too strong from Eden Peterson.
Rips down her 6th rebound of the game. Impacts the game in so many different ways, does Toddick.
She drives into the paint, has it poked away. Now it's back out on the perimeter for the Buffaloes. Kotick dribbling in left hand. Now the shot with the right hand, good. And it's 20-19. Coach Boshart wants a timeout.
Kotick did a fantastic job cutting her drive off, pulling it up. If she would have continued across the lane, she would have ran into a double team. Instead, she pulls up, finishes it off. There's that opening drive. Number 23 has come to play here in this second half.
We'll keep it here during the break as Elm Creek at 14-11 took their first lead of the game, and they have not let off the gas pedal since then. And how, if you're Cross County, do you get some semblance of momentum back?
Well, it all has to start on the defensive end. It's something that, is kind of a linchpin of this squad. They're just going to have to D up, get multiple stops back to back. And offensively, just said it a moment ago, they can't get hurried up. They cannot get hurried up on offense. Easier said than done, because Elm Creek is one of the premier D1 defenses in the state.
Last field goal for Cross County came early in the second quarter. Last points came at the free throw line.
Well, and if I'm a Cougar fan, I'm saying so be it. Get to the foul line. I just want to score.
Peterson, Olive Peterson has it poked away. Now on the floor. Waller is fouled hard, and I think that's going to be on Cavany. If it is, it's her third.
That's a spot where, there's so much going on, but clearly going across both arms there, that's an easy foul, an easy call for the officials.
Well, and I stand corrected. One that we thought was called on her earlier was not, so it's just foul number 2 on Cavany, as Waller continues to make hay at the free throw line. She's now 7 of 7. Ends a huge drought for the Cougars. That one's good as well.
Really like her approach to that foul shot. Not a lot of movement, not a lot of, dribble this, dribble that, throw it back, throw it. No, it's just catch, shoot.
Cavany with the travel. Rare mistake from her.
Okay, well now are we seeing the shift of momentum just a little bit? Cross County able to get on the board after a long drought through the foul line.
Well, and they've had to as well. Actually, more points at the free throw line tonight for the Cougars than from the field. They've made just 2 of 19 field goals, but 8 of 8 at the free throw line. Peterson. And we're going to have a foul on the floor.
At screen, yep.
Bucket won't count as, you're right. Oh, we see it right there. Waller just looking like she was boxing out.
I love the idea, though. You got to get one of your premier scorers and Eden Peterson going, trying to clear a path on the right side of the lane. Just a little too physical there. Clearing things out, opening it up for Peterson in that lay-in.
Cavany to the right side. Kotick trying to spin in the lane. A slow pass back out to the top of the key. McDaniel can't get the runner to go. Rebound hauled in by Brim.
Said slow pass. Was that a double bounce pass?
A slow roller, if you will. As Waller can't get it to go in the paint. I think she almost expected more contact.
And didn't that feel a little rushed?
Cavany out to the right side for a three-pointer, knocked down by Ava Hellrigel. It's been Ashlyn Hellrigel making hay tonight for the Buffaloes, but Ava comes up there.
Yep, in rhythm.
Peterson on the run, no good. And here come the Buffaloes looking to extend their 10-point lead. Cavani, I think, thought about it again. McDaniel spinning. Back out for Ava Hellriegel once more. No good. This time the rebound's hauled in by Olive Peterson. To Eden Peterson, now into the corner for Brem. Brem's going to fire the three-pointer. That lips out. Quintana the board.
In and out.
Cavani finds a cutting McDaniel who lays it in for two.
Yeah, and that's something that Elm Creek throughout the season has really been able to excel at. They are a slashing, gashing type of a team. Cougars on the ropes, down by 12, as Cavani nearly forces another turnover. So when the Buffaloes, when they roll the dice and go for the steal and they don't get it, they come up empty. That's where, nice drive. Oh, Brem couldn't quite get it to go off the top of the backboard. That's where the Cougars need to press it and make them pay. Cavani to the rim, blocked but fouled. I think this one's going to go against Waller. I beg your pardon, it's going to go on Ella Clark. As we see on the replay here. Ella Clark believed that she got all ball. First free throw from Cavani is no good. It's funny. You look at certain stats and you think, okay, I think I know how the game's going. Cross County 8 of 8 at the free throw line. Meanwhile, 0 of 2 is Elm Creek. Now 1 of 3. They were reverse jinx. They'll take that. Olive Peterson gets across the timeline herself. Now all the way to the basket. She's fouled. Right there. That's what I'm talking about, Patrick. If you can get by your defender, if they're going to try and stick to you like glue so far away from the rim and you get that half step, exploit it. Get to the rim. And indeed she does, as that foul goes against Ava Hellriegel. First free throws not shot by Waller on the Cross County side of things. The first miss by Cross County as well at the free throw line. Olive Peterson does hit the second, though. And a timeout called by Cross County. Let's take a break with them. 26-14. Elm Creek with the lead. Back after this. You're watching Hoops on News Channel Nebraska.
In the heart of every community, caring comes naturally. At Nebraska Farm Bureau Health Plans, we are your neighbors, your friends, and partners in health. We believe everyone deserves the very best care tailored to your unique needs. Become a valued member of our family, and we'll take care of you and yours. Together, we care. Together, we grow. Together, we thrive. Nebraska Farm Bureau Health Plans. Plan on us.
NCN Sports is brought to you by William Crowder Company and Crowder Home Center in O'Neill, Nebraska. And by Central Valley Ag, growing agriculture together.
Back in this game, but Elm Creek with the 26-14 lead, and a key moment for both teams here, Andy Klassen. Really is. It feels like Elm Creek could just go on another little run here and kind of slam the door on Cross County. Cross County has an opportunity to make a little bit of ground up before we head into that fourth quarter. As you mentioned, this is a pivotal part of this game. Brem forces the steal. Now she needs a little help. She gets it in the form of Olive Peterson. Up with the left hand. Now it's Waller. Stopped in the paint. Now Olive Peterson once again can't get the runner to go. Really nice motion-based offensive set there, going back and forth, cutting across the lane. That looked like a for sure lay-in. Rims out. Stolen away as Waller ends up with her hands on it. So Rim finds Olive Peterson. There's the defensive stops we were talking about for Cross County. Now their offense has to help them out. Eden Peterson. Back out Olive Peterson. Now Waller's going to jack up the three. Can't get it to go. Good hustle, but unable to pull it away is Ella Clark. Now here comes Cavany. Danger zone. Shot left short, and the rebound pulled in by Eden Peterson.
That's not a bad decision right there. You have numbers. You had the 3-on-2. Cavany deciding to pull up, take that jumper. I have no problem with that, especially if you're up, as they are up 12.
Under 2 minutes to play, third quarter. Eden Peterson, left side Brim into the paint for Waller, battling against Kotick. Has it poked away, but Brim comes up with it. Brim with some nice hustle plays. Yeah. Into the paint, Waller with 2 on the shot clock, can't get it to go. Good box out from Kotick, even though she didn't get the board.
Ava Hellriegel really made that play go, and she dropped down and administered that double team.
Three-pointer no good from Cavany. Rebound hauled in by Clark. Clark's going to bring it up herself against Ashlyn Hellriegel. Now a foul on Hellriegel. That's going to be her third.
We're going to have multiple substitutions, but Hellriegel's going to stay in the game here. Coach Erzman likes that defensive pressure. Wants to close out this third quarter strong.
Elm Creek really a pretty deep team in Class D1.
Yeah.
And nearly a steal forced by Reese Steiner. Just the number of names you've got to remember with Elm Creek. I think that's what's most impressive right now.
Right, and it's across classes. Freshmen, sophomores, upperclassmen making a huge impact here, obviously, as well.
That's a sign of building a program. Into the paint, it goes for Clark. She's bumped and fouled.
That's going to be her fourth.
Even with a deep team, you start to run into this foul trouble, and suddenly you can't bring in the waves anymore.
Got to be a little bit more careful. And, Hellriegel's also one of their leading rebounders and scorers.
Again, we talk about building the program. Jaden Arisman in her 5th season. You can really, really feel the momentum that she has built as Waller kicks it out for Olive Peterson. Now to Eden Peterson, left hand on the run, good.
That's what the Cougar fans have been looking for. Number 5 to get that offense going.
Now Kotick senses a little bit of a gap in a defensive breakdown. Shot won't go. Rebound controlled by the Cougars. Nice save by Waller.
Feels like the door's kind of opening up here for the Cougars. Can they capitalize?
Brem, Elm Creek fans wanted a push off. Now Clark driving, good. You kind of had to figure that Cross County had to get it to single digits before the fourth. Cavany. Nice pass, but a shuffle of the feet in the process from Cassidy Kenning.
Pat, that was a late whistle. I get the emotion coming from the crowd, but that was the right whistle. That's the right call. And right
she
now,
just couldn't quite gather.
And right now, it feels like Elm Creek's kind of hurried up on offense.
Here comes Eden Peterson. 2-1 shot. Gets off in time, but not close. Well, that's the end of the third quarter. We've got a game again, Andy Klassen. Buckle up. We head to the fourth quarter. You're watching State Tournament Hoops here on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Auto Central in Kearney. From cost-effective daily drivers to luxury cars that match your style, Auto Central is sure to have the ride you're looking for. Ignite the fire and find peace. And by Union Bank and Trust. Your money has people.
Cross County went 14 minutes and 28 seconds without a bucket, but they are back in this ball game, down by 8 as we head to the fourth quarter.
Let's sing the praise and reiterate what Mitch Bossart has been telling us throughout the week. I have a resilient bunch.
Indeed he does. They played some tough teams this year. This fourth quarter brought to you by National Land Realty. Find land for sale at nationalland.com. Goes into the paint for Kotick, poked away. Now right side for Hellrigel for a three-pointer. No good, but Kotick with the offensive board, knifing her way through 3 defenders, and the lead is back to double digits.
Yes, sir. Excellent work with that pivot foot, keeping it alive, working back to the right side.
Cougars get it across the timeline just in time. Olive Peterson to Eden Peterson, three-pointer left short. Rebound hauled in by Hellrigel. That one being Ava Hellrigel. Now Cavity making moves, and suddenly momentum back to the Buffaloes.
A little crossover dribble there as she regathered herself.
Cougars, just as you thought, they were working their way back in.
Oh, no.
And now a turnover as it's stolen away by Ava Hellrigel. Here comes Ashlyn Hellrigel, poked away from her, but it'll stick with the Buffaloes.
That is of note. Hellrigel's back into the game with those 4 fouls. You know, she's one of the team leaders in assists, rebounds, points. She does it all.
Kotick again getting to the basket.
Yeah.
Kotick is having an evening.
You know, she started off really hot to the second half. Good to see her pick that offensive game back up here to start off the fourth.
Corner for a Waller three-pointer, no good. And Ava Hellrigel draws the foul with a good box out. In case you're wondering, we mentioned Kotick having herself a game. She's got 10 and 7. And another timeout on the floor. Let's take one with them. You're watching State Tournament Basketball right here on News Channel Nebraska.
Updating your home? Start at Crotter's Home Center in O'Neill, the store with everything under one roof, from brand new KitchenAid appliances to beautiful LVT flooring and fresh paint colors that bring your space to life. Or soften things up with a Sutherland mattress, pillows, sheets, and plush Caraloha bamboo towels. Whether it's one room or the whole house, make it simple, make it stylish, make it happen at Crotter's Home Center in O'Neill, where service is a family tradition.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Elm Creek student section feeling it right now. They're getting closer to the semifinals, ahead of Cross County, 32-18. Cross County's got to bring pressure, but Elm Creek breaks it nicely.
Got that ball back to the center court in a hurry.
Cavity, step back, three-pointer, banks it in.
A wiry smile there for number 3. Hey, they all count the same.
She's now got a game-high 11. She and Kotick keep going back and forth. Cougars going to the paint for Eden Peterson. Now around right side for Clark for three-pointer. That's wide. Big collision for that rebound. Here comes Cavany. Now Kotick. Shuffles her feet. Yeah. That's a travel.
I still like what Elm Creek's trying to do, and that is extend their lead, really slam the door shut on Cross County, staying very aggressive on the offensive end.
You know, you keep your foot on the gas pedal. It might actually, in some ways, allow you more rest ahead of that semifinal game because you can sit a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And nearly another steal there. Oh, her foot may have not have been on the line. That's the I think you heard as everybody saw the replay here in the arena.
I always notice I'm much better with the call on the replay.
I will say I got to give credit to the officials. They've been a few. Well, first I got to give credit to our crew. They've done a nice job of really getting some good replays. The officials have done a great job throughout the day. The last couple days, there have been a few replays that have gone up there that have led some student sections to say some things, but they've really. I mean, they're state tournament officials for a reason.
And there's so much more that goes into it as far as balancing a game and allowing a flow of a game to develop, but also keeping checks and balances, the fouls in check, if you will. And you're exactly right. Tip of the cap to all the officials that got to make this special trip down to the state tournament.
Elm Creek now taking a little more time, still very active on offense as Cavity with a beautiful pass to Quintana, who gets it to roll in.
I think that made 2 laps around the iron before it went through.
The Devaney Center 500. Brem thought about a 3. Now in the corner for Waller. Eden Peterson hands it off for Clark. 7 on the shot clock. Long 3 from Olive Peterson. Rebound Kotick, who goes high for it. She's flirting with a double-double.
Yeah, she really is. And she had some plays to start off this second half that really fueled the Buffaloes to kind of extend their lead.
Now around it goes for Cavity. Underneath for Ashlyn Hellrigel. In traffic. No good. Rebounded by Clark. Waller's running. There's not really an avenue for her, so Clark takes it all the way. She's fouled.
Boy, just really did a nice job of, the slightest crease of the defense getting in between defenders here. And the clock has stopped, and Cougars have a chance to score some points here.
9 of 10 at the free throw line tonight. Now 10 of 11 are the Cougars. Those are the first attempts by Clark. I mentioned just a little bit ago that Kotick is nearing a double-double. She's got 10 and 8 at the moment as Clark gets that one to go as well. 11 of 12 at the free throw line are the Cougars. 11 of their 20 points at the free throw line as Kotick gets that pass to break the press, finds Quintana. The shot won't go. Can't quite corral her own rebound. Ahead comes Olive Peterson. She's bumped, fouled just in front of the cross-county student section. Well, now we got to make sure that we know that's the actual direction that's supposed to go. The possession arrow was bumped when Kotick caught that press break pass in front of the scorer's table. Quintana takes a seat, we see here.
And get a round of applause, deservedly so.
A little ginger running back toward the bench as Eden Peterson's three-pointer off the mark, but rebounded by Brem. Here comes Clark. She's fouled. Chance for 2 more free throws for the Cougars. And again, that's been effective.
Yeah.
They got to take advantage again.
That was a part of their game going in, was scoring from the foul line. We mentioned it at the top of the broadcast.
That one's good as well. 12 of 13. Don't forget, we'll have our player of the game after this contest, brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center, your healing destination. That one misses. I said it enough times, it was bound to happen. As now McDaniel charging toward the basket, can't get it to go, but she's going to the line for two herself.
Yeah, McDaniel's definitely one of those unsung heroes of this Elm Creek squad. I was so impressed throughout this entire game, the job she's been able to do to contain Eden Peterson, a prolific scorer on the other side, and her man-to-man defense, picking her up really far away from the rim, staying with her stride from stride, and really capping that offensive performance that we kind of expected from Eden Peterson.
Both free throws good by McDaniel. We're going to keep it here during a timeout by Elm Creek. You know, kind of a, I mean, not to wrap it up before it's over, but, you know, sitting pretty if you're Elm Creek right now.
Yeah.
What do you do to kind of keep the edge as you're likely heading toward the semifinal without, you know, putting yourself at danger of getting someone hurt or maybe wearing yourself out more than you need to?
You know, and they play at such a frantic pace. I don't know if they can really take their foot off the gas entirely, but we saw it a couple moments ago where Cavani looked at that initial drive, backed it out, and then got right back into it. So we saw 2 or 3 passes, then they got something going towards the rim. I think that's really all that Coach Jaden Eiserman can say is, like, can we just have maybe 1 or 2 extra passes before we try and get it to the rack or let it fly from three-point land? Drain a little bit more clock than we usually do.
Saw some of the Elm Creek fans. I expected a little more excitement, you know, when you're ahead by 18 late in a state tournament game. Still a lot of pressure from Elm Creek as Olive Peterson gets to the bucket, can't get it to go. Rebound hauled in by Kenning. Now a foul as Steiner's bumped. Don't forget, post-game coming up, brought to you by Custom Sports. From screen-printed T-shirts to sublimated jerseys, they have what your team needs to look great. Check them out at CustomSportsCO.com. Now taking a little bit more time here are the Buffaloes. Cavani tries to drive in and go up with the left hand. She's going to draw the foul and go to the line for 2 shots.
And that's exactly what I was trying to get at a moment ago, where, yeah, we saw them work the ball across the court a couple of times, but then, you know, a player like Cavani, she can't stand it. She sees that little crease in the defense, that path to the lane. Going to go get it.
First free throw is up and good. Cavani coming into the night a 77% free throw shooter. She hits both. She's 4 of 6 at the line tonight. Excuse me, 3 of 5, beg your pardon. Brem thought about a 3. Now Olive Peterson will put up the 3. It's too strong. Rebound by Brem, although she steps on the line. I got to tell you, though, I've really enjoyed watching Brem's hustle. She's been fantastic.
She's been getting after it all afternoon long.
You know, Coach Bosshart said it's her first year of seeing varsity minutes, even though she's a senior, and she's really started to develop a lot more confidence.
Yeah.
She's, you know, you look at her stat line, it's a lot of just little things that she does. She's been a big part of this roster this season as Cross County makes another state tournament appearance. Ooh. And now we see Cavani really slowly getting up after a collision after that inbounds.
And that's what you were getting at is, okay, where's the line that, you know, up 20, up 21? When can we start substituting some of our varsity players out?
And that sometimes is difficult in Class D. Although, as we said, this is a deep roster. And now there's a foul. And I think we will see Cavani come out now, indeed.
Yep. And bring in McDaniel.
Winner of this game heads to the semifinal. They'll take on either Howells-Dodge or Maywood Hayes Center, as we see Howells-Dodge. They're getting ready to take the floor.
Jaguars looking ready to pounce here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center.
1 of 2 at the free throw line by Ava Hellrigel. Under 2 to play, and currently Elm Creek doubling up the Cougars. Clark all the way to the basket, can't get it to go. Good aggressive take, though. Quintana with the board.
Unfortunately, that's just really been a recurring theme for Cross County. They get to the rim, tough with the finish.
I don't mean to belabor it, because these are two really good teams that have had really, really good seasons. It is kind of hard to win when you go 4 of 36 from the field.
Well, and what was that stretch you mentioned? 14 and a half minutes without a field goal. That's just really tough to win games, especially on this platform, in this environment, in this tournament, when your offense escapes you for that extended period of time.
Ashlyn Hellrigel makes the second. Peterson to the basket, no good. Just a tough night for Eden Peterson.
Yep.
McDaniel fouled, heading toward the basket, and now we're about to see a full line change for Elm Creek as the Buffalo fans are ready to serenade the remaining starters with a big old round of applause.
Saying we're ready to play this next game at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Cross County about to make similar substitutions as the first free throw for McDaniel good. And Andy, get out your roster.
Yep. We got a number of players coming in here.
And apologies, we won't be able to get them all. Delaney Kramer in for the Cougars as McDaniel hits the second. Also in for the Cougars is Chloe Johnston, Beretta Webb, Jalen Whitgren, and Salda van Hakovitz, German exchange student.
What a fun experience for her, getting in on a state tournament.
Yeah, apparently quite the handball player. As in for Elm Creek, let's look at some of these. Hannah Sad. Kenning is back in as well. As that shot misses. Kyra Hubbard in for the Buffaloes as well. Graceland Strope.
And I think he did it, Pat. I think he got through him.
Reese Steiner has been in the game quite a bit. She's in as well. Good for everybody to get in here and get some state tournament action.
Get the experience of playing at the Bob Devaney Sports Center.
Three-pointer up and no good from Strope. I thought out of the hand. I thought that was good.
It looked true.
36 seconds left to play. And Elm Creek can get ready for a semifinal matchup. It'll be here tomorrow as this shot is blocked. Oh, they're going to get a travel here.
There was a definite shot block, though. Kramer with the block.
We look at Cavaney over there on the bench.
Kenning, excuse me.
We just saw that shot of Cavaney. That's going to be really important if she's at full strength tomorrow.
Yes.
Under 20 seconds to play. Shot no good. Putback no good as well. Another putback attempt. That one won't go. And another one up there from Strope, and she hits. What a moment for her, and what a moment for Elm Creek. The Buffaloes are marching on to the semifinals with a 45-21 victory over Elm Creek.
You know, it was an impressive performance, Patrick, from start to finish for the Buffaloes. Those spots where their offense kind of left them hanging, but their defensive tenacity answered the bell, just shutting out cross country so much of the time there, especially between the second and third periods.
to the semifinals go the Buffaloes of Elm Creek, and we see the elation. We'll have the winning coach and the players of the game coming up after this on News Channel Nebraska.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
Kick your day into high gear with a stop at Speedy Mart on 85th Street, Lincoln. Whether you're racing to practice, cheering from the sidelines, or just powering through a busy day, we've got the fuel, food, and drinks to keep you in the game. Our fast service and new parking lot make it easy for pumping fuel and getting what you need for the road. With our friendly service, every stop is a winning goal. Speedy Mart, convenience that always scores.
My family's been farming since the early 1900s, and it's still where we like to call home. I get to go out to the field. I get to see farmers. When they have someone that actually experienced it, they're more willing to open up and talk to you a lot more. They just kind of become a part of you.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Stop at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. And by The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. The postgame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCode.com.
Fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, non-stop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories. Unstoppable. More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Elm Creek victorious in Class D1 here on News Channel Nebraska. I'm here with Coach Jaden Harrisman. Coach, you talked this week about the team's MTQ mentality, right? Make them quit. What was the thing you took away from Cross County tonight, you think, that allowed you to win the way you did tonight?
Yeah, they're a really disciplined team, and I thought our girls really locked into what they wanted to do offensively and took that away. You know, we knew their sets, and so they were able to MTQ those sets.
It's not always easy for a team that's not seeing shots fall to keep the intensity up on defense, but your team really did tonight. What does that say about their mentality defensively?
Yeah, I'm just really proud of how they never quit. And yeah, we didn't have hardly any shots falling in the first half, so at halftime we just said, you know what? We're a really good team and our shots are going to fall. We're going to use our defense to create some things and get easy looks.
Chelsea was a big part of that tonight for you and really has been all year and for her career. What has she meant for you, not just tonight, but for this program in general?
Yeah, Chelsea's just a really steady presence. All the girls look to her. And we know, she's inside grinding away. And really just off the court, she's a leader in our school and for our team. And so I'm just really proud that, she can showcase her basketball skills, too.
What are you taking from last year into this year? Obviously, this team runner-up a year ago. What have you taken from that experience into this year that you think is helping you down here?
Yeah, just how we've been preparing. Everyone is really talented here, so we're locking in one game at a time. So we were all locked in on Cross County, so, now we're going to celebrate for about an hour and then get ready to go. And we know 3 days in a row is a lot, so we're going to recover our bodies the best we can.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win. Good luck the rest of the way. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
That's Coach Harrisman. Chelsea Kotick, a very popular person right now. She's been waylaid by other media. We'll hope to get her shortly. Let's toss it quickly to Pat, and we'll get to Chelsea as soon as we can.
Thank you very much, Eric, and congratulations once again as Elm Creek headed to the semifinals. Let's take a look at some of the stats at how we got there. 47-21, and it just kind of got away from Cross County there at the end. Buffalo's really dishing out the basketball and also dishing out the steals, forcing 19 turnovers and holding Cross County to an 11% shooting night. Let's send it back to Eric with our player of the game.
Talk. All right, thank you. Back with Chelsea Kotick. Chelsea, this game offensively, you're really kind of struggling early on, but you really dug in defensively despite not seeing the shots fall. Where does that mentality come from?
I put a lot of work in the weight room, and I know I'm strong, and if I put my mind to it, I can be the strongest player out there, and if things aren't going good on offense, I'm going to make up for it on defense, and I know my teammates trust in me to come back on offense.
Really changed offensively in the second half. What was the difference? What was the message at halftime that allowed you to get more comfortable offensively, you think?
My teammates are amazing. They knew that I was struggling. They knew I was in my head, and they just told me they believed in me. Ashlyn Hellriegel is just like, Chelsea, I believe in you. You got this. And that really just helps. It just gives me peace. Yeah.
Feels like a really together team. I mean, you can really sense it, the support from the fans. What's it like playing for Elm Creek?
I'm living the dream. I wouldn't have it any other way. Our community is incredible. Our teammates, I've been playing with them since I was a second grader. So it's great. I love it.
Well, you were here last year. You know what it's like to be runner-up. What do you think it's going to take to get to that next level and cut down the nets?
Honestly, just sticking together, like keeping that positive mindset and just all of us believing in each other. We know if one shot doesn't fall, the next one will, and just believing that we can get there. And just trusting our coaches. I know that they put so much time into us, and they're just great. And just trusting the Lord, getting it done.
Well, if basketball doesn't work out, she's got a great future as a motivational speaker. Chelsea, great job tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
That's Chelsea Kotick. Pat, let's send it back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric, and congratulations once again to Elm Creek, headed to the semifinals. Let's take a look at our highlights and how we got there. A trip to the state semifinals on the line. Elm Creek taking on Cross County, and it was a defensive struggle to start out. Both teams got after it on the defensive end of the floor. We start in the first quarter as Cavity finds Hellriegel, Ashlyn Hellriegel, to put it away. Then Hellriegel going from deep knocks down the three, pulling Elm Creek within a point. To the second quarter we go. Brem trying to keep the Cougars in it, hits the three-pointer from deep. But then Kotick goes to work in the paint for Elm Creek. She was our player of the game, but Cavity with the shot of the game from a mile away. And then Quintana finishing the fast break for the Buffaloes. To the third quarter we go as Kotick again going to work in the paint, able to get it off the glass with the right hand there. Then Hellriegel again running the floor, able to finish with the left hand. And Kotick, back to work she goes. On the run, hits the shot. Then the three-pointer from the other Hellriegel. Ava from deep. Cross County was able to work their way back into it, but just slamming the door shut is Kotick. She gets the board, goes back up for two. Then again, Cavity driving in, knifing her way through traffic, gets the two. And then the step back three, once more the bank, this time from Cavity, and Elm Creek off to the semifinals, looking to get one step closer to their first girls basketball state championship. And they've got one more round to go to step into that finals matchup. Let's take a look at the bracket, as there's just one game left in Class D1 tonight. Bloomfield and Sutton will be the first semifinal tomorrow. Who will take on Elm Creek? Will it be Maywood Hayes Center or will it be Howells-Dodge? Well, there's one good way to find that out, and that's to watch our very next broadcast, the last one of the night. We're going to take a break and be back with that final broadcast. After this, you're watching High School Hoops on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Family Physical Therapy and Sports Center, getting you back in the game. Ignite the fire and find peace. And by the Seed House in O'Neill, Nebraska, a seed for every need.
It's the Declaration of Deal sales event.